What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and baby, let's get into the drama of it all because we got a few things to talk about. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. So let's talk about Tamra first. So y'all know in my last The Drama video, Tamra, basically I talked about her coming out online and saying that she quit Real Housewives of Orange County. And everybody was surprised and a bunch of rumors came flooding to the internet because she quit right after the women got back from their trip to New Orleans during Mardi Gras. There was a bunch of photos and videos of the ladies having a good time, going to dinner and walking around and enjoying the festivities. So people are like, what's going on? Tamra hops onto her Instagram. She posts this message talking about sometimes you got to know when to bow out after real life gets real. Now I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what I got from the message. She then took out Real Housewives of Orange County out of her bio, and then when she got on Two T's in a Pod with Dolores from Real Housewives of New Jersey, who was filling in for Teddy, she basically said that she's depressed. She was like, going to therapy has really made her raw. On top of that, dealing with Teddy's brain cancer diagnosis has caused her immense anxiety and stuff like that. So she was like, it might be time for her to leave. But I was like, girl, I feel like she's pulling a Kyle Richards and she's just taking a 1 week sabbatical. But like I said, a bunch of rumors went around being like, so what happened? Like, what went down? Well, this page on TikTok called Breaking Bravo News basically is alleging that Gretchen and Shannon exposed the fact that Tamra was leaking information to the blogs and production was mad about it. So let me play that clip for you guys.
Well, it seems like we might have a leak on our hands. We all know that Tamar Judge allegedly quit the Real Housewives of Orange County earlier this week. However, we didn't really know the actual reason why. But allegedly, she is getting called out by not only her castmates, but production too. It's being reported that she allegedly walked out of a scene with Gretchen and Shannon because they called her out for something. And an insider is claiming that producers have been left feeling pissed after Tamra was accused of being the mastermind behind a series of fake social media accounts. The blogs are saying that Tamra Judge has been cited as being the #1 source for production leaks to the media and attempting to get bloggers and reporters to write defamatory and damaging stories about her castmates. She then goes and accuses others of doing it. Chances are, if Tamra is pointing her finger at you about something, it's because she is trying to deflect from the fact that she is the one behind the scenes actually doing it. According to the source, Tamra keeps a folder on each member of the cast, and she has spent hours researching the internet looking for negative news that she can use against the cast during production. Now guys, this is all alleged, but to be honest, we've seen this firsthand with the whole Ryan and Jen stuff from last season. She's the one that brought up all of the FBI stuff and even looked into his background in real estate. Well, apparently Gretchen and Shannon found out that she was doing it again and called her out during their cast trip to New Orleans. It also seems like Shannon and Gretchen are the ones who brought it to production's attention, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, do we have another reality Von Teese on our hands? I would not put it past Tamra Judge to do this. She will stop at nothing. She will do whatever it takes to be the center of the drama and the storyline on the show, even if it's quitting. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's true? Have you heard this rumor? Let me know in the comments.
Honestly, y'all, I don't believe this. And the reason why is because you can't put the Ryan and Jen thing on Tamra if that's your only backing as to why you think this is true. When all that information about Shohei Ohtani's interpreter stealing from him was already out there in the actual news, not just blogs, incredible news like CNN, MSNBC, sometimes Fox News, local news as well, the LA Times. People were talking about it because it was such a huge number that was stolen from this man, $17 million, as well as he's a part of one of the most notable baseball teams in, I think, globally, the world, the Dodgers. So the only reason why I got even more salacious is because Ryan's name was in it and Jen was filming Real Housewives of Orange County at the same time when all this information was being revealed. The court documents were released and people were freaking out because they saw Ryan's name. So you can't put that on Tamra. On top of that, Tamra got back on the show season 17 and we didn't have any leaks. So this just kind of feels like a reach. But I wouldn't put it past Tamra, but I don't think this is what it is. Now, I told y'all that I thought Tamra was pulling a Kyle, and she was, because US Weekly posted an article about Tamra being back filming, and then also Bravos and Cocktails posted a picture that they got from one of their followers that saw Tamra and Heather filming a scene doing lunch. So it says this: Tamra is back filming. B, my brother was just at Opusai in Casa Mesa. Tamra and Heather filming, said convo sounded heated and heard Gretchen's name. I'm sure they were discussing what happened during the NOLA trip. So the US Weekly article goes, Tamar Judge spotted filming Real Housewives of Orange County again. I feel better. It says Tamar Judge isn't stepping away from the Real Housewives of Orange County after all. The Bravo star was spotted filming for a Bravo show on Tuesday, March the 18th, alongside Heather Dubrow. According to the Bravos and Cocktails fan site, the pair sat down for a meal at Opusai in Casa Mesa, California. While Tamar Judge, 57, has yet to confirm her official status with the show, the reality star admits to being in a better space mentally during Tuesday's episode of iHeartRadio, Two T's in a Pod. I am home now in OC, she told her co-host Dolores Catania. I went to Big Bear, I ate, I slept for 12 hours I had slept 12 hours at night. I relaxed. We were in the snow one day, which made me feel amazing and just relax. That's all I did, and I'm telling you, I feel so much better. Catania 54 said her friend looked so much better and like the old Tamra. While Judge spoke that she had some breakouts from some stress in her life, she replied, I'm home now. I feel better. US Weekly reached out to Bravo for comment regarding her status on the show. And then the rest of it is them just rehashing her making that Instagram post on March the 9th about, when life gives you real problems and real shit, it doesn't make sense. Peace out. I'm out. So I think we all knew Tamara was coming back. I think we all knew she was coming back and just putting on. So I really am interested to see like what went down in New Orleans. Like, was it a fight with Gretchen? Was it a fight with Shannon? And I wonder if Heather is on Gretchen's side because Heather is actually friends with Gretchen. So I'm wondering how heated the conversation was. But let's move on to something else. So let's talk about Teresa because, girl, it's not looking good for her. Well, really Louis, but also her, because she decided to marry the man. This was posted by Reality T. It says Teresa Giudice's husband, Louis Ruelas, hit with a $2.5 million tax lien. So let's read the article, you guys. So it says, while Teresa Giudice is sitting around waiting to hear about her future with Real Housewives of New Jersey, her husband just found his way into another financial problem. Yes, another one. Louis Ruelas just got hit with a massive tax lien, and it's reigniting all of those questions about what exactly this man does for a living. It says in season 14 of Real Housewives of New Jersey, we heard rumblings about Louis experiencing financial issues. Then it all started spilling out into the courts and thus into the headlines. The company he supposedly co-founded went bankrupt. He got sued for $300,000 thanks to another questionable business venture. Now he just got hit with a multi-million-dollar tax lien. Kudos to the TikToker Pop Culture with Balls for getting the jump on the story. We have also confirmed through the New Jersey judiciary as of March 6th, Louis owes over $2.5 million in taxes to the state. That's more than his projected net worth. To put this further into perspective, Teresa previously owed $1,996,012.14 in New Jersey taxes. Good Lord. It goes on to say she paid off a big chunk of that, but still owes $600,000 as of October 2023. The news of this tax debt comes nearly a year after we learned that Louis took out a $1 million loan against his and Teresa's marital mansion. Those court documents listed him as the sole member of the LLC purchasing the home. Seems legit. Meanwhile, Teresa is doing appearances on podcasts that you've never heard of, talking about how she definitely wants to be a part of the Real Housewives of New Jersey season 15 cast. With money problems like this in the household, they are going to need more than a housewife's paycheck. The Real Housewives of New Jersey is streaming on Peacock. So, y'all know the link will be in the description box below. They also have attached the TikTok clip to this article. Girl, Teresa, we told you that man gave fraud and snake oil salesman. And I know she's so ditzy and such a bird when it comes to like being in love and so male centered that I bet you she did not get, no, I think she admitted she didn't get a prenup. So if they do get a divorce, he definitely is going to try to get her money to help him pay off these debts. 2.5 million. He was already getting sued for 300K. Girl, I just hope you don't go to jail. I hope don't sign nothing. I hope you are smart enough not to sign anything or help him with anything. But my God, today, Teresa. Ugh. All right, y'all. So let's talk about Mia Thornton doing an interview with Tiny Tim. DJ Applebox. So a few of y'all asked me about this, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but then I saw that there was a gossip article. So I was like, yeah, maybe we can talk about it. So I also have the clips, and I'll play them, and we'll talk about that as well. So it says this: Mia Thornton and Incognito dish deets on their relationship, her desire to join RHOA, and that RHOP reunion walk off. So it says Mia Thornton is officially posted on the corner and giving exclusive deets about her relationship status, her desire to join RHOA, and her dramatic RHOP reunion exit to her best friend slash on again slash off again boo Incognito. It says Incognito interviews Mia Thornton on Posted on the Corner. It says during the in-depth interview, an episode of My First Time, Mia and Incognito detailed the history which dates back all the way to high school and a chance meeting at the mall. It goes on to say later things got especially spicy when Incognito asked the question many fans have been wondering since Mia confirmed their split. Are they getting back together? Girl, don't nobody care about that. So the first question was this: once your divorce is finalized, are we going to date exclusively again? Asked Incognito. Mia didn't hesitate to put the ball in his court, replying, I would like to. Are you going to ask me to? Then it was Incognito's turn to play coy. Maybe we'll see once the divorce is finalized. So that's confirmation that Gordon and Mia are still married. Girl, I don't even think they filed paperwork, to be honest. Then it goes on to say the housewife candidly admitted that jumping into dating while separated from her husband, Gordon Thornton, may have been premature, according to Mia. Introducing Incognito into the public eye so quickly might have been a misstep. So Mia says this: I should have given Gordon space and time, maybe a whole season in between before introducing you to the world, but you've been around for 22 years. So for me, it wasn't like we were a new, like you were a new dude. Girl, that lets you know Mia ain't had nothing going on. That's why she jumped the gun in introducing Ink to us, because she was probably scared that her spot was in jeopardy. Because if you were smart, you would have done what you just said. You would have spaced out. This whole season would have been you and Gordon separating, trying to figure out if y'all are going to get back together, co-parenting. And then season 10 would have been you introducing Ink to the group. She not smart. Okay, the lights don't be on in there. So she says, still despite the public scrutiny, Mia once again remained firm in her stance that a supposed love triangle is non-existent. So she said, there is no trifecta. Mia said, G and I have been for over 2 years. TV puts a timestamp on things, so it feels new to everyone else, but we've been sleeping separately since 2023. So the next part of the article is about Giselle. So it says this. It says Mia Thornton addresses RHOP reunion walk-off blasted Giselle Bryant. It says while on posted on the corner, Mia also addressed her headlining making decision to walk out of RHOP reunion, revealing that it wasn't just about the drama, it was about exhaustion. And she says people don't realize we filmed these reunions for like 14 hours. By hour 10, I was over it, said Mia. My feet were hurting. My dress was too tight. I couldn't breathe. Labor laws had kicked in at that point. She also shades her co-star Giselle Bryant, who she claims she wouldn't have spoken to her that way if she didn't have security. So let me play the audio because that's the clip that got the people really talking.
Personally commend you on your growth.
Thank you.
And a lot of people like to try to keep you in a place where they met you at,
Yes.
or think that you're still at. But
Yes.
when I bring this up, I'm only using it as a reference. So for knowing you 20 plus years in any other type of
You know I was
situation,
about to
that
knock the
type
brakes off of her head, right? You know that, right? We seen that happen.
allegedly.
So when the growth was to exit.
Yes.
And let's be real, okay? Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
And I'm a name drop. Giselle knows daggone well that she would not speak to me that way if there was no security and not the platform. She would get her head knocked off by anybody talking to anybody that way. So the fact that I got up and I was being the bigger woman and I exit left, that let's just be real. Like, who's being real here? She's like, you're not out here talking to people like that. You're being a fake. You're phony. You're doing it because of what's going around. So, and I don't know how to do fake. I don't know how to do phony. I keep it real, right? And I would have really knocked her head off. Okay? So I had to leave.
This is such cap for Mia. It's I guess she's starting to believe her own lies because, girl, you tearfully walked off that stage. I have the clip of you doing it, so let me play that for y'all.
Mother would do that. No mother. That's that's it.
When I tell you Mia is such a joke, she's such a clown. Because, girl, I don't even like Giselle, but even I knew you wasn't going to do nothing to that lady, and she's not afraid of you. Even when they flashed back to you getting it, when Giselle said, you got up in my face and you pointed your finger in my face, when they showed us that scene, Giselle didn't even flinch. She pointed her finger back in your face and was like, Mia, get your finger out of my face. And I wasn't talking about your children. I was talking about you. No one is afraid of you, Mia. And you couldn't even come up with a better lie than resorting to violence. Like, that wasn't even a cry like I'm about to freak out and put my hands on somebody type of cry. I've seen those types of cries when somebody wants to hit somebody but they have self-control. Like, you can see in their face what it is. You walked off because you were ashamed and you were overwhelmed and you were embarrassed. I would have respected it more if you would have just been like, I was overwhelmed with the whole entire situation. We've been sitting there for a bunch of hours and I just got overwhelmed and I just didn't have the fight in me. But to resort to saying that you was going to knock her head off is wild. And then to say Giselle wouldn't talk to anybody like that. She did. She talked to you like that. Even if security is there, she talked to you like that and you couldn't handle it. Like, Mia, you're so lame. So lame. So the rest of the Gossip article was about what she said about wanting to join Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I also have that clip for you guys. So let me play that.
They were showing ATL, the way the girls were showing up. They look good. I just felt like they liked each other. They looked like they were real friends. I'm like, I'm going to be a part of the real friend crew. You know what I mean? And they a little shady. Well, I was catching the shade, but it was cute shade, like real girlfriend shade, right? I was like, all right, my kind of girls. They're bossy, they're mothers, they're business owners. There's no cattiness, no jealousy, except for some aunties. Okay, but I feel like no shade. Let me not talk about my girl, but it's my kind of crew. You know what I mean? Like the elevation of it all, the glitz, the glam, the aesthetics, the pull-ups, the cars, the houses. Yes, sign me up. And that's where it came from. Like, I had watched the premiere. I was like, all right, I love ATL, always have. You know what I mean? I love being down here with you. I love the city. I love the food. I love the people. Like ATL shows so much love, and it's like it's so artsy here. Like they're creatives. Like back home in DC is real political. Y'all know I don't do politics. Okay, keep me out of that circle, right? Art, and entertainment, that I can do. Okay.
Do you have a connection with any of the housewives on the cast of this season?
Of Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were with me. You know, we saw Portia and Cynthia down in Miami and loved them to death. Marlo, she ran into me in DC at home. Remember? She rolled in. We ran into Sonya at the Dream game. Drew has reached out a couple times, wanted to chat. Let's see, Kelly's from Baltimore. I haven't met her, but we got that Baltimore connection. So yeah, there's a lot of, who am I missing? I don't want to Kenya. Spent time with Kenya out in Vegas, which was so cool. We ran into each other in the spa, she actually asked about you in the spa. And I had shades on in my spa robe. And she was like, Mia. I was trying to hide in the spa. But there's a lot of synergy there. And my girl Portia, she shows so much love, always has. Like when I hit the scene, she was like, girl, yes. And I love her energy. She's fine. They were
So for me, I will say aesthetics wise, Mia could probably fit in with the likes of Britt and Kelly and possibly Angela Oakley and Portia and Shamia. Plus she's roughly around their age. She's 40 and I think Britt is 37, Angela Oakley and Portia are 43, Shamia is 42 and Kelly's 40. Like she would fit in their demographic because she is their demographic. So I think aesthetics wise, she would fit, but monetarily and personality, no girl. Like when I tell you, if you thought the Potomac girls were being mean and nasty towards you and you couldn't handle that, I know for a fact you couldn't handle the Atlanta girls. They would fillet you. Even with the cast that we have now, I don't think any of them will let you slide. And they would have been on your ass a lot faster than the Potomac girls. Like just thinking about Kenya reading you your rights, girl, that would have been great TV because you would have wanted to put hands on Kenya because Kenya would have ate you. Kenya would have ate you up, girl. Because none of them play about motherhood. Kenya don't play about Brooklyn. Portia don't play about Pilar. Cynthia doesn't play about her daughter. I can't remember her name. She does not play about that little girl. Well, she's not little anymore. She's an adult now. Phaedra doesn't play about her two sons. Kelly has been talking about creating generational wealth for the past 2 episodes for her 4 daughters. Shamia has talked about her struggles with getting pregnant and how she loves her 2 children. Who else? Drew was just crying about how she's trying to keep her 3 kids and herself above water doing this music thing. She got to get it out the mud. Britt is purposely doing IVF to pick the sex of her daughter, the sex of her child, which she wants it to be a little girl. Like you would have been on a cast of women who would have read you your rights every single day, girl. Like they would have gave you the blues. On top of that, you can't compete with them monetarily. Like the pictures I've been seeing of Mia and Ink, she's starting to look like what she's been through. The wig look dry. The outfits, they not outfitting. Like, girl, you looking rough. I don't know what Mia is doing. All this tells me is that maybe Mia really isn't coming back for season 10 of Real Housewives of Potomac. And I thought she had a chance, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like she's trying to put ducks in a row. So if she doesn't get asked back, maybe she's trying to stick her hat in for season 17 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. But girl, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I just girl, even your reasoning about I'm artsy fartsy, I'm not political. Girl, Atlanta is political. Atlanta is very much political. And what entertainment or artsy stuff have you ever given us, Mia? All you talk about is being a stripper that used to wear gowns and sell lobster and steak and the joint chiropractic. You have never given us that you are for the arts or doing entertainment. We've never seen you try to host anything, do music, do dance, I don't know, start a financing group to help other artists. So yeah, girl, it don't work, Mia. It's not gonna work. It's not. They don't want you. We don't want you. If Mia doesn't get picked up for season 10 of Real Housewives of Potomac, she's definitely going to be one of the housewives that fades into obscurity. I don't see her being sticking around the same way like for a little while Bethany did after being off of Real Housewives of New York, or how Dorinda and Dolores and those women are on, traders and doing other things of that nature. It's definitely given like, girl, eventually we'll forget about you. We'll just be like, oh, y'all remember when Mia was on there in that crazy storyline? That's what it's giving, girl. It's not giving that you set yourself up for longevity with the company. Because even Candace isn't on, and I've seen more people clamoring to interview Candace, her being on E! News with Bryce Sanders, the Neighborhood Talk trying to talk to her, like TMZ trying to talk to her. People are more interested in Candace and Robin, because even people are asking Robin things about how she felt about this season than you. So you're definitely not going to be somebody we remember. And ultimately, honestly, that's your fault. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. And as always, remember to be bravely authentic. Definitely hop down in them comments below and subscribe, okay? And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.